start tonight with breaking news. We are learning about the moments that led up to the death of Jody Henderson.
Officials say that Henderson confessed his love to the suspect, which prompted the attack. And tonight, a 22-year-old behind bars accused of beating Henderson to death.
Anybody that goes overseas is willing to die to protect me and what I'm able to say here and what I'm able to do when I leave here. I've got their back every single time.
A live report here in moments, plus breaking news in Belgium. Screams and cries for help. Heartbreaking images coming into our newsroom tonight. Dozens are dead, hundreds injured from bombings in Brussels. Now the world is reacting.
We must be together, regardless of nationality or race or faith, in fighting against the scourge of terrorism.
And so is Michiana.
Pains me that Belgium is in the midst of all this.
As a country thousands of miles away begins to recover, a close-knit community in Michiana sharing their special connection to this tragedy. ABC 57 News starts right now.
And we start with that tragedy tonight at 5 o'clock. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Colleen Borman.
I'm Brian Dorman. As we come on the air here at 5 o'clock, here's what we know. 34 people dead, 180 injured, 9 are Americans. The manhunt for at least one terror suspect intensifying at this hour.
ABC's Elizabeth Herr has the very latest on this investigation tonight out of New York.
Officials in Belgium say it is too early to confirm that this is connected to the attacks in Paris. Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, New York. Now back to you.
And as the world mourns another deadly terrorist attack, many in Michiana are as well, including folks who are part of Mishawaka's deeply rooted Belgian community. ABC 57's Rachel Brown spoke with a Mishawaka woman originally from Belgium. And Rachel, what did she have to say tonight?
Colleen, she told me it pains her to see her native country in the midst of all this.
Now I'm more worried than ever.
And coming up at 6 o'clock, more on Mishawaka's unique connection to Belgium and the social club that boasts hundreds of members. I'm live in Mishawaka's West End neighborhood tonight. Rachel Brown, ABC 57 News.
This tragedy no doubt sparking security concerns at airports all around our country tonight. In South Bend, the executive director of South Bend International Airport says they are continuing to exercise vigilance with our public safety staff. In Chicago right now, an increase in security at airports, CTA stations, and other high-profile locations. Want to stress tonight, be very clear, there are no known threats to cities in the United States, but these same precautions underway tonight in New York City as well as Washington, D.C. Michigan Senator Debbie Stabenow reacting tonight, saying that America stands with the people of Belgium following this morning's horrific terror attacks in Brussels. The United States and our allies will not stop until those responsible are brought to justice. And of course, stick with ABC 57 News throughout this 90 minutes of news for the very latest on the terror attack.
And now to breaking news out of South Bend. The county prosecutor has brought charges against the man investigators say is responsible for the death of a veteran. Jabri Cash Davis Martin has been charged with 1 count of murder in the death of Jody Henderson. That information was released at Metro Homicide's headquarters. ABC 57's Torian Small is live there tonight to lay out the very latest in this developing story. Torian.
The details surrounding Henderson's death laid out in this probable cause affidavit.
They're satisfied to that extent.
Now, I spoke briefly with Henderson's mother off camera. By the time I got here, she was leaving. They had just been briefed right ahead of the media. She says this is good news, but she's still shaken by this ordeal. And tonight, all new on ABC 57 News at 10 and 11. I'll explain why Ken Cotter is saying this won't be viewed as a hate crime. I'm live in South Bend this evening. Torian Small, ABC 57 News.
Formal charges filed against 2 men arrested in connection with a double homicide in Goshen. 22-year-old Diego Ramos and 19-year-old Luis Rivas charged with 2 counts of murder. If convicted on both charges, they could face 130 years in prison. They're accused of shooting and killing 27-year-old Jose Nava Orozco and 43-year-old Marco Carmona Gonzalez in Brookside Manor earlier this month.
Not a bad day so far today. You look at Now, John tells me Tony was a big fan of shooting pool and that he loved his wife and his daughter immensely. An investigation into the cause of the fire is still ongoing. And coming up on ABC 57 News just before 6, I asked John about the future of this family auto shop now that Tony is gone. I'm live in Benton Harbor. Taylor Poplar's ABC 57 News.
Tonight, ABC 57 investigates the cause behind several boil order advisories in Goshen. A live report at the top of the hour.
And a tale of heroism out of Kosciuszko County, a Grace College student credited for saving a couple. Coming up next, see how they surprised him today.
And summer today, we could be talking late March snowflakes by the end of the week. The timing and the impact coming up next.
Just changed my life forever. I never have an actual dad.
Plus, it's been 2 years since a father was killed at a bar in Knox. We are sitting down with his family as they get closure.